Hello guys, welcome back to another awesome video on this channel. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison and talking about whether it is better to get a PS5 Slim or to get a PS5 Original, aka the PS5 Fat. So we're going to go straight into this video. I'm going to be talking about the specs, the size difference, and just overall performance and what is the better option for you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is the size. So is the size good? Let me just change that. So the PS5 Slim is about 3.2 kgs. So this is definitely a smaller, slicker design, as you can see from here. So I actually used to have the original PS5, but I changed it into I upgraded it to a Slim. I guess you got it given to it. I got it given by a fan, a supporter, and I'm just very thankful for that. But I actually like the PS5 Slim a lot more better because it is a lot more easier, it's a lot more sleek, and it's just got more compact. It's the original PS5 is curvier, it's more of a futuristic look, whilst the PS5 Slim is definitely more of a slimmer and sleeker and a compact look. So it's 3.2 kgs for the Slim and it is 4.5 kgs for the original one. So it's so much easier to carry it around wherever you go. It really depends what type of person you are. For some people, they don't mind having a big bulky thing, but for me it was just a bit too big. The original one was just too big. This one was just a lot more easier to carry around. For example, in tight spaces, squeezes, it's really hard and difficult sometimes to put it in. Eventually you'll get there, but it's just so much easier and slicker design to put the PS5 Slim into a smaller space. Depending how your setup looks, if your setup is a smaller area and you don't have much space, I would definitely highly recommend the Slim version. Now the performance is actually the same. A lot of people think that the performance is different because of how new it is, how new it looks, but apparently, according to this ChatGPT, it is the same. So it's literally the same performance apparently. But don't get me wrong, there is more storage. This is 1TB, whilst the PS5 original actually has 825 megabytes. I'm pretty sure on the box it says it's 1TB, but it's actually 825 megabytes. But I think the Slim has got an actual terabyte SSD. Okay, next we're going to go for the power usage. So the power usage is obviously for the bigger one, which is the original one, it is pretty high. It's slightly higher. Probably not too much, but it is definitely slightly higher. It's got a lot more power being used, whilst the PS5 Slim is more energy sufficient, so it's definitely saving a lot more energy. For example, if you keep it on all day, you'd probably save, the person who's paying the bills would probably be saving a bit of money. So just saying. Okay, now the stand, the original one actually does come with a stand, but if you guys did not know, unfortunately the stand for verticals is sold separately. So if you want to get the stand for this vertically, you're going to have to buy it on a separate purchase, pretty much, sold separately. You do get a stand though, you do get these little plastic things. They're actually in the lounge, but you get these little plastic things. And if you look here, you have to put two of them just down there, one on the right and one on the left, and then you can have it horizontally, basically. But with the PS5 original, you can literally keep the same stand horizontally and vertically. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature in a way. But yeah. Okay, now as I said, there is no difference for performance, but the design is different, the size is different, the storage is different. Okay, now we're gonna go off the price. I think the price is actually probably one of the main features for people who want to actually purchase one. So usually the Slim is slightly cheaper or the same price. Apparently the Slim's slightly cheaper. I guess it depends where you are. The Slim's actually probably more expensive in some areas, depending where you are. The Slim's actually considered worth more on where I am. And I definitely prefer to have this one. But it's a good option if you have time and space, or you want a lighter setup. If you do want to save money, depending where you are, as I said, the original PS5 could be a good option if you want to get the original one. If you want to get the original one, you might save a bit of money. But also on the Slim, you might even save money on the Slim as well. So, yeah. Okay, so what is the bottom line? You know, this is your final decision. You're about to purchase yourself one. You just watched the Sam Plays video. What should I do? Well, if you do want a cleaner, smaller console, go for the PS5 Slim. If you want to have it, because apparently the PS5 Slim, like the PS5 Slim's actually cleaner than the other one, and it's smaller, it's slicker, it's easier to put somewhere. So I highly recommend that you go for the PS5 Slim. But then again, if you already have a PS5 original, like the heavier design, the original is just as powerful. So to be honest, it's completely up to you. I think the biggest things about these consoles, or I think just in general, is I think the PS5 Slim definitely is a better option. If you do want to get a PS5, if you don't have a PS5 already, I think this is the best option. The Slim, or even the Pro, but if you are on a budget or you want to get a cheaper one, I just think the Slim's better. I think there's a few things that I want to say. So first of all, the design's completely different. As you can see here, the two lines, doesn't matter too much, but there's the two lines here. As I said before, it's so much easier to carry it, put it in smaller, sleeker spaces, whilst the PS5 original is harder to do that. It's newer, some firmware and software updates or tweaks may slightly help with efficiency and might even help it be faster depending on the update. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't looked into that much. And it has a bit more storage, as I said, 1 terabyte. So it can help with games. Now this is a really good fact that I should know before today. Slightly improved thermal design. Quieter, more stable under heat. So this is not going to suffer with the heat as much, and it's going to be quieter. If you want a more of a quieter console, the PS5 original is probably going to be louder, and I actually have had one before. It is usually louder. This one is pretty quiet, like pretty quiet. I think it is quieter than the original one, and it's not that loud really. So the slightly improved thermal design. Thermal design, as I said, they obviously helped it with this design. They obviously made it to be more efficient. If you know what I mean. I just said a few words in that sentence. Now, the PS5 Slim's a lot faster, it has the same speed, power and performance, just as the original. Just in a smaller, lighter body with a 1 terabyte storage. So do you want help with this? Want help deciding if it's worth upgrading from the original to the Slim? Well, let's be honest guys. It is pretty much the exact same as the PS5 original, except the design is different. It's smaller. There's more storage. Potentially SSD could be better. So it could potentially be better. Because of the SSD, it could potentially be more faster. But overall, it is similar to the original, but it's literally just a slimmer version. So, it's completely up to you. If you like the original one better, you can get the original one. If you like the Slim one better, you can get the Slim one. But, it's completely up to you. But if you do want a smaller one, as I said before, if you do want one that can fit into tight squeezes, if you need more room, if you want it, this one wouldn't overheat as much, less likely to overheat. It's been designed more fairly. I think this is the right option for you. It's been designed in a better way, just for you. You know, you can play on it. Also, one thing I want to mention is the disc is the fourth is actually the disc on here, right? Is removable. The other one is not removable. But that one actually is removable, so you can use it. You can buy a digital one, and then this is for the Slim. And then you could buy a disc and actually put it on here. So yeah. Now I'm sorry if I talked for a bit long. It's quite a big explanation. I hope I'm not yapping too much or whatever. But we're just going to show you. So I've actually got my PS5 Slim over here. So this is the PS5 Slim. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it is a different version. It's got two USB-Cs over here. It's also got a disc button over here, and it's also got the two little line designs here. It's a lot more cheapity, like plasticky here, if you know what I mean. But as I said, it's just so much better with the Slim version. There's the USBs over here, that's the power cord, and that's the HDMI, that's the LAN. It's super cool. It's got this little line design. The vents are really well built, and if you guys can see that, that's the PS5 itself. Comes to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. God bless. And I hope you guys understand whether you do want to get this PS5 or not. I do highly recommend getting the Slim though, I would, me personally. But I've actually owned two consoles, and this one's definitely going to be a lot more easier, especially if you are changing it portably. I think both designs are good. But thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, as it does help the channel. If you want to donate, make sure to donate, so it will help as well. And check out my merch. Thank you all for watching. SSMmerchandise.com. I'll see you later.